Okay, we're back in the game. And we have to finish exploring this dungeon. And we now have to recall where we haven't been yet. It has to be this. Yes. We'll give him the plague of insects. It's a minor debuff. Probably pointless. Yeah, he's dead. It's a goddamn vicious dog. Bit the head right out of a granite. Bit the head off of a granite rat. Does this lead anywhere? Ooh. Demon Shard. Molten Giant. Same model scale to a larger degree. It started to be very pixelated. Doesn't look good. We'll go there first, I think. We still need to find the Hearthstone. We have the mithril, lack the Hearthstone. I think we'll start with the illuminate. No, we don't want that. Weimer's shield. I don't think there's any point in trying to get information out of that. We would just be wasting our magic. I don't think there are more creatures like this, so just try to spam as much as spells as I can at it. Be a fire flash, although yeah, it's a molten giant, so I'm probably not fire spells. We'll be responsible for taking care of him. All the other guys can deal with the demon shards. Hopefully the dog doesn't die. We're lucky they're all coming after us. But not all, probably. But at least, yeah, everyone's coming after me. But that's good. Okay, that's less good. We can kill it. Level up. Run away. Okay, they're very solid. I need to spam as much as magic damage as I can. Don't want to break any equipment. It'll use up all my magic, but that's a small price to pay overall. No loot. A lot of little things, but again, nothing major. Overall, the loot has been very disappointing here. The mithril is basically the only thing of value. I have no idea where I'm supposed to get the Heartstone or what it is. Yeah, this was... nothing of value was gained here. Well, it was only wasn't that high level of a monster, it was just one of those annoying rock monsters where you break your weapons. What to do? We got 2 points to use. Fire Elemental probably wouldn't be a bad idea. We already have summon, so I'm inclined to not take it. Entangle. It has potential. If we encounter fast enemies, we're gonna be in huge trouble if we don't get something that slows them down. But overall, I think this is a much better spell tree to take. Well, it's not really a tree, is it? Just a temporal school of magic. As a side note, I looked at the familiar spell, and it appears that the strength of the familiar depends on your magic rating. So we have 100, so we have the best familiar, and it is very good, very good. If you have if you're not specialized in magic, don't take the familiar spell. The demon will always be a much better. It's at low magic levels, it's something like a level 5 familiar that's very crappy. With us, it's level 35 familiar blood claw, master of melee. Over 100 points of fatigue and health, very nice stats. So speed 18. It's a very nice thing to have, and it has decent resistances too. So out of all of our characters, it tanks the best. It really is about the only weakness compared to the dog is that it doesn't have dodge. I think the dog has a chance to gain melee master too at some point. So overall, dog will be better, but it's very close to it, and you can get an insanely powerful ally by just focusing on magic. If you don't focus on magic, the familiar will not be that great. So if you don't intend to go all the way with magic, just take the demon and leave it at that. We're naked! Our armor was destroyed. That's beautiful. Interesting clothing choice. Yeah. That's beautiful. That is absolutely fantastic. It's I dislike this because of the mechanic where the smiths start to not to be any kind of business with you. So I don't see why you can't just I'll just leave this armor for you to repair, please. Oh, or one of our guys leaves it to you. So it's a totally unnecessary and artificial limitation. I can see them not wanting to get you on the train because you'd have to be on the train or things like that, or some kind of complex machinery, but you can't even leave talk to the guy and do some can't do normal bartering, normal repairs. Just have one of the other guys, if you don't want me to be in the shop, do it. So it's just an annoyance. It doesn't make any sense. I guess they wanted to have consequences for choosing one side or the other. But I'm not. It seems like an artificial problem, because any person with a lick of common sense would immediately realize there's obvious ways to go around it, even if the limitation or the consequences would be real, like you don't want the magic user to ruin all your good technology. Yeah, that's fine, but can I leave this armor here and you'll repair it? I'll pay you. It's still business for you. I don't have to come into the store to do it. I can, and since I have companions, they can carry even the equipment to the store. So it's a game mechanic that it's not great. It's you're going out of your way to make the game worse by in the convenience playability department. Usually a game developer will go out of his way to do the exact opposite thing. Ignore some kind of a lore thing to justify a better gameplay. Here it's the common sense wouldn't dictate that kind of a punishment. So the game developer has trying to ignore common sense to make the game shittier. So it's I don't get it. I guess there's some part of a player base that might like it, but it's totally pointless as far as I'm concerned. It might not be a bad thing if all towns had a repair shop, and you'd clearly know where it is and what building it is, that even magical users could use. That's not the case. Sometimes some towns do have it, but they're major towns, so if you want to repair your things, you're gonna be traveling around, and that's sort of the problem. Why are you forcing people to travel around so much? What good does it do to your game? What it does is probably have people quit the game before they get to any of the good parts. That's what I think what happens to a lot of players. The game is so awkward and annoying that I would be surprised if most people even play this game through. It's not that they're not up to this challenge, it's just they don't want to have better things to do than deal with this bullshit. I, on the other hand, don't really, or at least didn't when I first played this. I do understand that why some people like this, think this game is some kind of a classic. It really isn't, because it has some good parts, unique parts, and I thought the game left on a high note, so it got better the more I played it. It's the early parts of the game that really are really pretty bad. All the weak parts. After the plot gets really going, in the end, it was a much better game, and you had got used into some of the oddities. But these parts exactly are sort of the middle parts, early middle parts, so yeah, not so good. Then you got the interrupting Virgil, which another thing, I have no idea what they were thinking. You're reading the note and the goddamn bastards take you out of the note. Jeez. Who the hell thought that was a good idea? No one thought it was a good idea. Oh, what are these? Other destroyed creatures here. Or golems. I think we've reached our target. This is passage. Is there anything of interest here? Copper ring. Naked woman. There doesn't appear to be anything here. Nothing here. Okay, let's get this over with. We need to find some place. Do we have a... We could start carrying a rope from one of these slots. Ropes don't weigh much. They must nothing at all. Yeah, good secondary armor, and they're decent armors in themselves. Naked dwarf. We're a good match here. At least I understand why he's naked, because armor does get destroyed fairly easy here. Loghaire, Thunderstone.
What? Who dares disturb the exile of Thunderstone?
Forgive me, your highness, I had no choice but to.
What? An elf? Have you any idea? I dream every day of the death I would rain down on your cursed race. And here you are, violating my solitude, my sorrow.
Yeah. Please, Loghaire, you must listen to me.
No, stranger. You must listen to me. I've come here to writhe upon the blade of my sorrow, to live the 1,000 deaths by the ancient right of kings. These laws are passed down through the mountain from the beginning of remembered time. Your life is forfeit to them, as is my own. Do you understand?
Stop, I come with news of the Black Mountain clan.
Yes, I'm very sure you do. You stole their honor and then stripped me of mine. I've thought much on your previous threats, Elf. Perhaps we should negotiate once again.
What? No, I'm trying to find the Black Mountain clan.
What? How do you know? Speak quickly. Your life still hangs in the balance.
I will tell the story.
Forgive me, my elven friend. So much has happened to me. I've raged in these caverns for so long. I know you had nothing to do with what has gone before.
Okay, what did happen long ago?
In all the time since the judgment was passed, I have never spoken of it. My shame has held my tongue. It seems that very shame shall now, finally, bring the betrayal to light.
Who were the elves that approached you?
A delegation of elves sent from the Silver Lady herself. They came not long after Bates had built his first steam engine. Technology in the hands of the human had spread and advanced at an alarming rate, and the elves were hit first and hardest.
Who is the Silver Lady?
The Silver Lady is Mother Queen to the elves. She is very old, much older than I, and very powerful in the ways of magic.
Have you spoken to her directly?
No, I'm not sure if any but elven eyes have ever been laid upon her. Over the years, we have corresponded through messengers. Elves and dwarves are very different, and we tend to stay away from one another. But our relationship, as culturally strained as it may be, has always been civil. We don't necessarily understand one another, but we've always respected the differences.
Okay, where does she live?
In Kintara, the oldest city of the elves, somewhere within the Glimmering Forest.
Why did technology spread so fast among the humans? I don't need to ask that. What has the spread of technology done to the elves?
Their forests were being cleared with the help of technology. Massive steam-powered clear-cutters. The oldest groves, towering and untouched for thousands of years, were being destroyed without prejudice. I saw much of this with my own eyes. The ancient forest of Morbihan is little more than a graveyard now.
Were the elves living in the forest of Morbihan?
I'm unsure, but I don't believe so. But the delegation said that the crimes were against all elves. You see, elves feel a very strong connection to the world, to nature, and especially to forests. It's said that elven souls reside in the oldest trees. I don't know if this is true, but I do know there to be a strong connection between living things and magic.
Was the Silver Lady angry about the Morbihan forest?
The delegation told me that she was extremely hurt and angry about the damage that had been done. According to them, because of her age and power, she was hurt the most by the clearing. Her connection to the forests was strongest of all.
Okay, why did technology spread so fast among the humans?
There are many reasons. Humans, in comparison with the other races, live such short lives. Because of this, I believe that every human action is motivated through fear. The fear of death. You would think that this was a relative issue, that humans would learn to live with this limitation and accept it. This is not true.
And
Therefore, humans, when confronted with any situation, see it through the veil of their own mortality. Achieve, advance, perform. Humans are constantly driven by the shadow of their own death. This fear, unfortunately, clouds their judgment, deadens their sense of right and wrong. Humans act first, think later, and feel last of all.
And in terms of technology,
when Bates was given a look at our technology, he was overcome. As a human, his first thought was, what can I use this for? When it should have been, what is the cost of its use? Technology exploded in their hands because they are not burdened with our longevity. Humans rarely live long enough to see the consequences of their mistakes.
This is the only new option left. What are the major differences between dwarves and elves?
I've said before that there is a strong connection between living things and magic, and the magic flows the most strongly in the veins of elves. Dwarves are very different. We feel a strong connection to the earth, but in another way. We love those things which are eternal, unchangeable. Earth, stone, metal. In those things are strength, but not life as you know it.
And the elven delegation? What did they demand of you?
They said that if the Black Mountain clan was not punished, there would be war. War! I told them that a punishment was already being decided upon, and that we, as dwarves, would deal with them. They refused. They claimed rights as the afflicted, and therefore as the judges. They agreed that exile was a suitable punishment, but they wanted to be the vessel of that retribution.
We elves are not a warlike people. It is not in our nature.
No. I know that there was a time of violence many years ago among the elves. But from what I know of them, they are a very rational, peace-loving people. They know that ultimately, war benefits no one. I was very surprised when they came and threatened it.
Yeah, there seems to be some inconsistencies here.
Yes. The more we talk about it, I begin to get the same feeling. Yes, the elves would have been angry, but would they really have threatened war? Morbahan was a tragedy, but directly affected none of the elven communities. Perhaps my fear blinded me to such things before. And now this mystery. Where are the dwarves of the Black Mountain clan?
So why agree to the terms then?
I am very old, stranger. You may know nothing of me, but believe me when I tell you that I've seen enough dwarven blood spilled to fill 1,000 lifetimes. Have you any idea what it would mean for there to be a war between the elves and the dwarves? Arcanum itself would not survive the conflict. And I was so very tired of filling tombs with the bodies of my people. But nothing. I chose to spare the dwarves, the world, the price of such a war. What was one clan's honor in comparison with the sheer cataclysm that would result otherwise? You ask what right they had? None. They merely forced a choice, and I chose the path of least resistance, the least pain. That was my betrayal, stranger.
What do you mean?
But that is the point. I am king of the dwarves. It is my responsibility to lead them, to protect them. But most importantly, it is my responsibility to defend their honor, their dwarven honor. By allowing my own fear or concern, regardless of how justified that fear might be, to overshadow their honor was an unforgivable transgression.
Being a king isn't always easy.
Even as king, the choice is never mine as to whether even one dwarf is stripped of his honor. I should have brought this to the people, or just flatly refused from the beginning. I was a coward, a failure, and this exile is my punishment. Given the choice now, I would have waged war against all of Arcanum to uphold the honor of that foolish little clan.
Yeah. You can still make this right find the truth.
I don't know, stranger. I think that it is too late for me.
I think he's a potential companion, but two things. I don't think I have what it takes to get him, and I don't really want him. It's not technology focused, so it's just gonna be trouble. So fine, your crime is unforgivable, but at least help me.
Your words bite deep, stranger. Your story has done little to ease my shame. If anything, it serves as a reminder of my failure. I will speak no further of this, ever. I can give you no help but this.
He hands you a folded scrap of paper. What do you mean?
Take this. A letter sent to me from the Elven delegation. Within it is a name, Min Gorad. It's all I have, and all I'm willing to give. Perhaps you should seek out Kintara, city of the elves. I know not where it is, but the village of Stillwater is near the edge of the glimmering forest, in which, it is said, Kintara lies. Maybe someone there will know where to find it. I'll say no more. Leave me. I return to my exile. I am nothing.
He also has a great axe. So I'm not gonna murder him for it. I'm not sure if it's good for me. Loghaire, the judgment of the Black Mountain clan has been passed. Make certain they are at the appointed meeting place at the agreed upon time. I speak with the authority of the Silver Lady, Queen of the Elves. If all conditions are not met, we will next meet upon the field of battle. Min Gorad. Okay.
I'll say no more. Leave me. I return to my exile.
Yeah.
I am nothing.
Okay, how did we get here? We'll talk to the Thunderstone. I found your father. He gave me the information I needed. Let's take a look. Heartstone. Didn't find any heartstones here, but we have 2 sheets of mithril. We do need to talk to someone. Okay, we haven't been here. Another cave, really? At least my armor isn't getting destroyed. From one... Ooh, that's a huge ass spider. Dread crystal spider. Level 40 spider. Molten arachnid, you have to die. They cast fireballs. Try to weaken this one. Yeah, we're not... it's summoning some kind of zombies. It's probably something around level 10, 15, undead creature. It's definitely not taking much damage from our spells. Only at half health. It should die, yeah. We took heavy damage, lost all of our magic, but we cut him. He summoned a decayed soldier. Yeah, level 3 undead. I'll use spells on him. Oh, Dread Crystal Spiral level 30. Yeah, now we're totally out of magic. Brain Builder. We're never going to be using them. We have 3 points already that we haven't used. I'm thinking of taking the teleportation. It'll save us a ton of time traveling. Otherwise we could get a haste already. I'll take the teleportation. I'm sick of traveling in this game, and now that we have to find proper repair locations that we can't find everywhere, so we'll probably have to teleport to places just to get our business done quickly. Again, I don't think it's needed, but it's a good choice for us. It offers a lot of utility and more importantly convenience. It will probably save up in practical terms, in real time, tens of minutes of travel time to Star Sapphire. Cure poison. Yeah, we need what that shadow crawler. Looks exactly like the Dread Spider. Nothing here. Wonder what the Heartstones really are. Is it some kind of a... it can't be really a unique item, it's supposed to be for a key. So... okay, they summon undead. Undead that don't go away when the caster has been killed. That's why, yes they do. But they're very weak, I don't really see the point of even summoning one. Some new spiders, greater spiders. Those aren't, yeah, very weak spiders. Ooh. Miners. We need to get rid of molten arachnids quickly. They can start spamming their fireballs, they're quite deadly. Just a simple miner. My blood, do you realize that you are naked, young woman? Yeah, hello sir. I ask who you are. The dwarf before you is thick, suit covered, with tattoos on his forearms. My name is Arvid Millstone, and I am the foreman here in the Weird Clan mines. A pleasure, Arvid. Why are all these miners standing here? Well, madame, there have been some trouble here in the mines of late. We blasted a new tunnel a few days ago, and I have been losing miners ever since. Sometimes, when you dig this deep, you find things that weren't ever supposed to be found, I think there's something bad back there. Something evil. Yeah. Actually, I've already taken care of the beast. You have? I'm impressed, madam. What exactly were they? It seemed to be a family of crystalline spiders, dreadful beasts. I've heard legends about dread crystal spiders. Perhaps you ran into some of those. I've never actually thought they were real. Thank you, my friend. The Wheel Clan is indebted to you. Take a look. Ah. Probably isn't any more enemies here. We left the one place unexplored. We will be exploring it. Woohoo, yeah. I agree with you totally, dog. Wonder what my defense is. It's still 54. Our damage resistance has crumbled. That's pretty sad now. It is to be expected. To go. Is this leading? Yeah, it's leading somewhere. Yeah. Nothing of really. There's a lot of minor treasure items. All that will earn you something in between 50 to 30 golds. That was it. Yeah, this is where we wanted to go anyway. Where is the Elven Steel Quintara? Deep in the glimmering forest, you'd never find it. Let us part here, my good sir. Yeah, he's not paying much. He's paying very little for everything. You're not gonna deal with me. At least now it's over here and you definitely won't deal with me. Yeah, it's there where we need to go. Get all the little quests done before we leave here. Ah, might chilly for that state of undress, I would say, dear. Okay. Are you a wild woman from the hills? Where are your clothes? Hello, Vicar. Have you a moment? Yeah, I found your heirloom. Here it is. Really? I recommend you and your bravery. The Dread is no place for the weak of heart. Thank you so much for returning this to me. Here is the helmet I promised. Yeah, no offense, but the whole affair baffles me. Why the toy wagon? Yes, I suppose I could have told you what you were looking for. This wagon has been in my family for 1,000 years. Legend says it was the first thing ever made by my great-grandfather when he was but a child. Yeah, but all the danger, and you waited for so long for a toy. Is it so hard to believe? Were you expecting some ancient world artifact past some lost piece of technology? In this world of magic and myth, is it impossible that something as simple as a toy wagon might have value? A valuable lesson, my friend. Oftentimes you find power in the most insignificant things. They do. Did you want something? Still looking. We have other quests here. Do have the quest log, but it's not exactly amazing. Young woman, does your mom know you are out and about undressed like that? I think that's it. Quests. Cesar. Accepted guild or Nighthawk will reward you. Yeah. Great Ruby. New Thunderstone. Large boulders. Yeah, not gonna do those. Ashbury Mayor quest. Yeah, not gonna do that. Odin wishes you to bring the book, The Hand, to him. Find Warren Liana Peldar of Cumbria and tell her. Yeah, the Maximilian quest is probably something I will do. Stonecutter Clan. Lost Burial Ground of the Iron Clan. Accepted to find out what happened to the Black Mountain Clan. Accepted to find out. Yeah, there are not much quests to be had here. I think we have to go to Tarrant. Although I will save and